Hi, this is Larry Chung, and I'm here with my former team member, Nina Zhang. And so, before we start this conversation about her experience in our program, I just wanted to give her a quick, chance to introduce herself and things like that. So Nina, go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Nina Zhang, and I just graduated from Winchester High School. I'm going to Brandeis University in the fall,
Awesome.
and I'm planning to major in like health policy and just science in general.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So Nina, it was great having you in the program, and I'm really happy that you found success at Tigerway. But let's talk about like when you first started the program, like what was your expectations like coming in? Like what was your like expectations coming into the program?
Honestly, I joined because like my friends were saying how good it was,
Hmm.
and I didn't really, because I did Triton before, and I didn't really know like
Mm.
how the dynamic is because Triton's very like fast paced and like hardcore, but this
Okay.
one's like more like it like encourages you to do better.
Mm.
And I just thought the dynamic of the program was really good.
Okay. So so you were looking for, a place where you could just, stay motivated and learn more about the SAT and grow your score. So
Yeah.
once you got here, what was your experience like at Tigerway? It was in person, obviously, when you took it. Now
Yeah.
everything's online, but what was your experience like when you were here?
I thought the environment was really collaborative,
Mm.
and the exercises actually helped a lot with the timing and like how to problem solve the math and English. But I think the main reason I joined was because like the English test portion was really hard for me,
Got it.
and the program helped a lot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So you felt that time management was important for you, and then the practice, and then the content knowledge for English. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the English portion specifically. So, what was your initial challenge with the English portion?
I don't remember.
So
I
there was
think
that reading section, and then there's the writing section. Like, what was your like biggest struggle with the English?
it was the reading section because I felt like the questions were so I don't know how to describe it. It was like so like you could choose any of the answers.
Okay. Yep.
Like,
It's like you could choose in between the two, right?
yeah,
And it felt like you couldn't pinpoint which choice was really the answer.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. And so how did you feel that our approach helped you to zone in and focus on the correct answer?
Um, I think practice helps a lot with finding the right answer, and something that I've learned is the answer is like always in the passage.
Yep.
So like don't like jump to assumptions and like guess the answer, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So you definitely put a lot of the practice in, and you got the results you wanted. So Nina, how many times did you take the test?
3 times.
3 times. And could you walk us through the progression of like how your score evolved over time?
Yeah. So my first test was, I think, at the end of my sophomore year,
Mm.
and that one I just like studied the books,
Yep.
and that was like I think was a 1410,
Hmm.
and my math was like better than my English,
Okay.
and then I did Tigerway, and then my score became it's like at the end of junior year. It was around I think 1500, and yeah, my English improved a lot. But then, like in the beginning of my senior year, I was like, okay, maybe I'll just try it one more time and see if like I can improve my English more.
Mm.
And um, okay, I think it was like a 1490, but my English score was higher than my math. And since
Really?
like college's super score,
Oh,
yeah, like my N super score was a 1510.
okay. Okay,
Yeah,
nice. Nice,
yeah,
nice, nice. That's really good. I didn't know that you took it again in senior year, actually. I just,
yeah. I just winged it. I didn't
yeah,
really study.
okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, I just remember that March 2019 was your month. Like,
Yeah.
that's what I remember, because I featured you on Instagram, and it was great. That was a great month for the team. And I remember that. I didn't know you took it in senior year, but I'm glad to hear that the super score gave you, a little bit more than you did before. That's great. Proud of you. Awesome. So, once you, for example, like, got that score, how did you feel? Like, how did that, like, 1500 in March, how did it make you feel?
It felt really good, like the hard work that you did for the past,
Yeah.
like a lot of months. I mean, a lot of weeks, like helped out in the end because when I first took it, I thought that my range was gonna be like 1400s to like mid 1400s,
Okay.
but honestly, I didn't really expect to get around the 1500s, which is pretty good.
Well, I expected it because
Oh yeah,
I
you expected it.
yeah, I forecasted that you and Vivian, both of you guys, would absolutely just dominate this based on what I saw.
Oh,
And
okay.
I wish we had a recording of me saying that you would get it right before it happened. But I
Yeah.
knew I knew that you would have gotten that score, and so you did, and then it just happened. It was great. That's you're probably like, how did you see that coming? I
Yeah.
I've had a lot of experience, understanding where people are today and where they're likely to go, and so I've seen people who study like you before. Actually, I've seen people with similar personalities like you, and because you've got these similar profiles, that growth trajectory is not parallel exactly the same, but it's similar.
Oh,
It's
okay.
yeah, it's similar. So there have been people who went through your path before, and then you simply, kind of like mirrored it. So that's great.
Yeah.
So would for anyone who's listening, because there are a lot of people out there who want to get 1500s. I'm sure you know.
Okay.
And my program in the future, I mean, we focus on 1400 as like a real powerful benchmark, but definitely in the future, I want to get more people to be like you. Because you're a
Okay.
role model for the program. I want more people to be just like you. I want more 1500s. And so, do you have any advice for anyone listening to this? Like what you would advise them to do? Like, since, you went through the process recently. I mean, obviously I'm the coach, but I also want you to, share what kind of advice would you have for underclassmen who want a 1500? Like, what would you advise them to do? A couple,
Okay.
you know,
Um,
brief things.
yeah, I say practice like doing the passages or like the math problems
Mm,
are one of the biggest helpers to like know the test better.
okay.
And yeah, and like you should know, like not you should, but like it's helpful to know the like how the test works. And I think something that helped me a lot in the program was that you like broke down the test and like the thought process behind the question, the people making the questions.
Mm,
And I'd say I'm trying to remember what I did to study. I think what I did to study was I just grinded a lot, like preparing, and then near the test I studied even more. But then the day right before the test, I just like stopped doing everything for like a mental break
yeah. Yeah. I
in
told
order
everyone
to
to do that. Yeah.
yeah
24 hours before the test, no content, just relax because your score
yeah
is pretty much preset by Friday, right?
mm-hmm.
Ahead of that Saturday. And then I typically tell people 72 hours before the test, no mock exams, because that's going to make you nervous, and
Yeah
confidence is everything, right?
mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
when you went into the test, you probably had a lot of confidence. When you walked out of the test, like, how did you feel after? Do you remember, like, after you walked out of that testing center, do you remember how you felt?
I think I felt pretty confident about the test because I could answer a lot of questions.
Yeah.
There are always that like few passages or questions that I was like, this could deduct my score a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but when people finish the test with confidence, it's a good feeling because at
Yeah.
least it makes you feel like, well, at least I didn't fall under this level, and there's a good chance that I could get to this level. So
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. Now let's talk about like your opinion about like what types of people you think like my program is for. Because as you know, when you were in my program, you probably felt that a lot of people are kind of like, similar in thinking, right? Like they kind of have this one goal of achieving more in the test. So when you were in the program, or just even your observations now, what types of people are like a good fit for Tigerway, my program? And like, what types of people are most likely to benefit the most from my coaching?
Hmm. Okay, personally, I feel like anybody could do the program because I feel like when I went there, people were more talkative and like they're more outgoing. But I
Okay.
don't know if that was like once they've been in the program for a while or they just like came in really talkative.
Okay.
But I think that I was not as talkative in the program, but like over time I grew more comfortable in the environment.
Okay.
So like whether you're super outgoing or like super quiet, I feel like in the end you'll like be more comfortable with the environment and
Got it.
more confident. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. So people who come in, you would suggest that they like really open up and, like connect with others. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. I guess it's not I guess in a sense it's not for everybody then. Like if it's not too easy for you to open up, but
Got it. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, now that our program is online and I mean, I still ask people to connect with each other on Instagram. Do you remember that? I asked everyone to connect
Yeah.
with each other on Instagram. You probably like that, right? Because you're like, well, when I succeed, everyone gets to see it. I mean, proud of you and everything.
Yeah.
Um, and so, I mean, in online where the interaction is more with me and not so much with like other team members, um, could you maybe tell us like what kind of like personal qualities that people should have to make sure that they're a good fit for the program? For example, like, do you think that like people need to be hardworking to like benefit the most from the program, or do you think that people, let's say, need to have a lot of self-drive? Like, what are some qualities that you think people like uh, need to really get the most out of their time here at Tigerway?
I think that you should like be really self-driven because
Kevin, okay.
um if I remember correctly, you like assigned a lot of outside work, I
Yep.
think.
Yeah, I do. Yes.
And I feel like those actually help like keep you in track coming up to the exam.
Okay.
So I try my best to like always do as much as I can,
Okay.
even though I did miss some assignments sometimes, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, you should be really self-driven, and yeah,
Okay.
I think that's like the number one quality.
Okay. So being driven. And so if I were to ask the opposite question, I just want to see if you have like any different responses. Like, what types of people are definitely like, is this program not for? Because just to give you like an example, sometimes people ask me, Larry, I'm looking for a 1570 in the next 3 weeks. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, how much time do you have? And they're like, I've got 2 weeks. And I'm like, I don't work miracles, right? Like,
Yeah,
it takes time for a person's score to grow. It takes time for a person to learn. I mean, you were in my program for 4 to 6 months. It takes time for a business to grow. Like, so, I mean, I don't want to like influence your opinion, but what do you think? Like, what type of people is my program like not for? So that whenever someone is listening to this and they're figuring, is this program for me? Is this program not for me? And they listen to this and they figure out, okay, this is for me, or no, like, this isn't for me.
um, yeah, I think you like if they're like more laid back and like expecting you to do all the work for them, that's not gonna really like help them out because
Okay.
like it's not good to come in with the mindset that you're like gonna give them a 1570 like just by like if they pay you like 1570 that's not gonna happen. You have to like work for it.
That's not how it works. I think some people, they think, okay, they're going to submit tuition and then suddenly on their score
Yeah,
report, it's going to print out 1570. That's not how it works.
yeah,
Like I
exactly.
tell people all the time, I'm not trying to be Dr. Seuss, but I say, this is a combination of, so this relationship will be one of we, and we means a combination of you and me, right? So like, it's not just, someone comes and something magically happens. There is a lot of magic in the program, but it's not
Mhm.
a result of just me doing everything. You're right. You have to put in the effort. Great.
Yeah,
I'm glad that you said that, because for anyone listening to, Nina, understand that there's a lot of hard work involved, and I will take you to the next level, but it's not, you just come in and like, you know, just do the bare minimum and then expect results. That's not how it works. Nina like grinded for it. She like just
Yeah.
grinded, and that's how she ended up with the 1500. Okay, great. Awesome. I'm glad you said that. I really want people to hear that. And it's, you know, hear the truth. That's what it is. It's hard work.
Yeah.
So if you were to rank in terms of like what you felt was the most valuable to you, Nina, in the program, I'll give you a couple options. Like, what would they be? So tell me in like priority 1, 2, 3, 4. So was it like the time management that you learned? Was it the resources that I gave you guys? Was it, you know, that cold calling aspect? Was it the, you know, the networking, the discipline, the mindset, the, you know, there are a lot of things about the program. Was it the energy that I gave? So if you could just like tell me top 3, 4 things that were like most valuable to you in terms of priority, so that I know, so that our listeners know like what's important to you and what's probably important to them, and how I can like just continue to just like make the program better and better and better. Like, what would you say? Like, what are those things in priority?
I say the number one that like differentiates your program from like every other program is how like open you are to new students.
Okay.
And I think like the environment was super comfortable for like me and a lot of other people. I
Okay.
think the the resources also helped a lot. Like
Okay.
before my test, I read something called like the Black Book, which is
Yep.
actually really helpful.
Okay.
And I say the time management with like the super fast paced
Mm.
practices helped a lot.
Okay. Okay.
I think of one more. The I feel like the cold calling was I mean personally in the beginning I don't really like that because
Yeah, I'm
I
sure.
don't like it when teachers cold call me, but when I got more comfortable it was just like whatever, just like answer the question.
Yeah. And you were good at it, and you answered like that. So
Oh,
so you would prioritize in terms of like the welcoming community,
mhm.
the the resources,
Yeah.
the time management, and then the cold calling. Okay. That's good for me
Yeah.
to know.
Yeah.
That's good for
Or
me.
actually time management is above the resources. So it's like
Okay. Okay. Time
yeah.
management is about the resources. Okay. Got it. Okay. That's good to know. That way I mean, I already know what's working, but I want to hear it from people themselves, because my observations plus what you say verifies my process. Perfect.
Mhm.
So if you were to describe the program in 3 words, what would they be? Choose carefully. 3 words.
Mm, um okay. It's like the environment's very hardworking.
Okay.
It's collaborative
Okay.
and it's it's like fast paced.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very good.
fast paced.
Okay. Yeah. So awesome. So let's now like just change this you know, topic, and let's talk about you and your future major and like your future aspirations and things like that. So because you know we've you know talked about the program for quite a bit. So Nina, you're going to Brandeis this fall. How excited are you? I know that there's like social distancing still and stuff, but like how excited are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I think
Awesome.
also with this quarantine, like I just want to move out as
Yeah,
soon as I can.
I'm
But
sure. I'm sure.
yeah.
I'm sure. So you want to tell us like what you plan to study at Brandeis?
Yeah. So it's called HSSP, which is short for Health, Science, Society, and Policy.
Hmm.
And it's like it's interdisciplinary for um like I guess it's between hard science and humanities. And because I can't do like hard science because that like drives me crazy,
Hmm.
I chose
Okay.
like a middle ground that I can do like social science but still learn biology and like stats, I guess.
Yeah.
And like it's like you mix them all together. And I don't know if I haven't fully decided, but I was also thinking a minor in econ.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm
Very
really
nice.
excited.
Very nice. Where, so that's a pretty interesting mix of like majors. Where do you see your career going, or have you not thought about that yet? Like, do you know what you'd like to do after you graduate? You want to go to you want to go to, for example, grad school, or you want to work at a certain like industry? just so that our like listeners know, because what the major that you're choosing is a little bit more unique. It's not, you know, business or engineering or like computer science. Like you're choosing a little bit more of a unique flavor of concentration. So what's your like future career goal?
Um, Definitely something in the medical field,
Okay. Okay.
but I haven't decided. Like, I haven't really thought out like how it works and stuff. But I was thinking grad school, and I'm not sure about medical school, but I'll see where I am in like a year or two.
Got it. Got it. Got it. We have several team members who want to go to med school, and I'm sure you know they probably have to take the MCAT. But with
Yeah.
those skills that you learn from the SAT, right? Like you can apply it to the MCAT, and I'm sure later on you'll find another star coach to help you on the MCAT, and help you crush that test as well. I'm sure that that process for you won't be as difficult because you dealt with it today, right?
Yeah.
Anyone who didn't build up the foundation today, the MCAT or the LSAT or the GMAT, those tests would be just brutal, like just brutal. But you've got that foundation, so that's great.
Mm.
Okay. I guess we'll leave with like any advice you want to share to underclassmen applying to college, this year. Any kind of advice you want to share with our audience, like a couple key takeaways, anything like that?
Um, hmm. I'd say be like genuine in your Common App because it's actually really important. And like, don't try to like do what colleges like you think colleges want to see in you. Just be like unique to yourself and make sure to have safeties because I feel like those are important. Even if like you don't want to do it, but like it might help you in the end. Um, Let me think. Definitely spend as much as you can on this college essays, but
Okay.
don't overdo it to the point that like your writing becomes kind of messy, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, I
Okay.
think
So the key takeaways were definitely be genuine, and don't try to position yourself to how you think they want to like look at you rather than just be yourself. Okay. Great
yeah,
advice, by the way. And work on your essay in a meaningful way without like burning out through lots of drafts. Awesome.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Great. Well, for everyone who's listening, this was my former team member, Nina, and she crushed the test with a 1500 back in March, and she did really well. And now she's going to study, an interdisciplinary major this fall at Brandeis, combining policy and health sciences. So I'm excited for her. You're going to enter the best 4 years of your life starting in September. Hopefully, the public health situation allows you to have lots of fun in the fall. And, for everyone who's listening, I'm going to see you guys in the next chat. So Nina, great work. And, I wish you continued success starting this September.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye.